For centuries, saddle pads were used to protect the saddle from the dirt and sweat of the horse. But with today's mass-produced saddles, the consumer has to buy saddle pads to protect the horse from the saddle. In today's equine industry, it seems that horse owners tend to buy what is best for them rather than what is best for their equine partners. Serious health problems and damaging effects have been taking place because of how different all horses are built, and the economic strain that can put on a horse owner if they are not able to purchase a saddle to fit every horse they own. If you have ever looked down the back of your horse, you'll realize that even one side of your horse is not the same as the other. It is much like a person that might have one foot larger than the other. And because horses' backs are very asymmetrical, saddle manufacturers still have to make saddles to common fit different varieties of horses. They then make saddles symmetric. When you put this all together, there is a lot of equine equipment that doesn't fit properly. It's a proven fact that when your horse's equipment doesn't fit correctly, problems such as bad behavior, reluctance to perform, objecting to saddling or cinching, fidgeting, and refusing to stand still for mounting, and more serious bucking while riding can be the result. Just like people, horses come in a variety of shapes and sizes. We understand this and have developed a solution to getting the perfect fit saddle pad. Four Quarter Circle has developed the one and only custom contouring saddle pad. This new evolution in saddle pads is called the BetterFit Custom Contouring Saddle Pad. The BetterFit is the one and only saddle pad on the market that you purchase and take home to personally custom fit to your horse. You no longer have to buy saddle pads that claim to fit every horse. Now you have one that custom fits your horse's conformation to the saddle you ride in. This is how it works. To get started, have your horse saddle ready. Start by pulling out all the items in your package. You will have two large containers marked Part A1 and Part A2, two smaller containers marked Part B1 and Part B2. You will also have rubber gloves, funnel, spatula, 6 screw-in snaps, 2 saddle pad liners, 2 snap placement stencils, and 2 clamps. Then all you'll need is a Phillips head screwdriver and some paper towels. Important, you'll want to avoid doing this procedure on surfaces such as carpet, and you'll need to be in a clean, dry environment. Avoid wearing clothes that may be ruined if the product was to get on it. First, start by placing the stencil, clear plastic sheet, on your saddle. The front of the stencil should touch the front of your saddle, and the top of the stencil should run along the spine ridge of your saddle. Place the first screw snap in the punched out hole at the front of your saddle and screw it in. Making sure the stencil stays in line with the spine of the saddle, place the second screw snap into the second punched out hole and screw it in. Place the third screw snap into the last punched out hole and screw it in. Do the above instructions for the other side of the saddle. Once both plastic stencils have been screwed in, tighten down the screws until you can only fit a fingernail between the screw and the saddle, but make sure not to go through the other side. Now you can tear off the plastic stencils from both sides. Once you have torn off the plastic stencils, snap in the BetterFit liners to assure the screw snaps are placed correctly. Important, the screw snaps are very important to the success of the BetterFit because it allows the saddle and pad to sit in the same position on your horse every time you saddle up. Next, start by putting on the rubber gloves. Start by only mixing Part B1, that's the small container, into Part A1, the large container. Mix the two parts together for 3 to 5 minutes. The material is well blended when there is no streaking of the two materials. Place the funnel into the left liner. Have someone hold the funnel while you pour the mixed material into the liner. Pour slowly and carefully to avoid spilling. Once you've emptied all the material into the liner, lay the liner on a flat surface and move the air out of the tab opening, then place a clamp over it. Make sure the clamp fits from seam to seam so the material cannot escape out the tabs. Next, do the same procedure for the right liner with the containers marked Part B2 and Part A2. Once both liners have the clamps on them, lay the liners on a flat surface and move the material with your hand to the front of the liner. Once you have mixed the materials together, they start out as a liquid, but will begin to harden once they are combined. Place the liners on your saddle and snap them into place. Place the cloth towel on your horse's back like a saddle pad, and then place your saddle with the snapped-in liners on your horse on top of the towel. Once you have placed the saddle on your horse, make sure the saddle is in the correct position. It is advised by saddle fitting experts that your front cinch should be 4 inches behind your horse's elbow. Now cinch up the horse, making sure the front and back cinch are very snug. The back cinch should not have any slack in it for the fitting process. This allows the material in the liner to fill into the critical contours of your horse's back. Now you may ride your horse around for 30 to 50 minutes while the material hardens. Avoid doing any exercise over a slow walk while the material is hardening. Check the hardening of the materials with your fingers. Once the material feels hard or solid, you can take the saddle off your horse. Now you will have a custom contoured saddle pad that not only custom fits your saddle, but most importantly, custom fits your horse's back conformation perfectly. Once you've taken the saddle off your horse, you can remove the clamps and, with a pair of scissors, cut off the tags at the sewing seam line. Once the material is hard and custom fitted, it will remain in that shape for life. You'll only need to change the pad if your horse's physical conformation changes from heavy to fit, your horse starts to show changes in conformation due to age, or until you decide to change saddles. Important, we believe that you and your horse will benefit from the BetterFit Custom Contour Saddle Pad. So, if you're tired of buying equipment that leaves dry spots, causes pressure points, and more seriously, leaves white spots on your horse's shoulders and back, or if you'd like to eliminate all the padding that you're currently using, which may cause your saddle to roll, leaving you no choice but to cinch up your horse so tight that it feels like you're cutting them in two, then buy a BetterFit. It will be the best investment you could ever make, not only for yourself, but most importantly, for your horse. Now you can have your very own custom contouring saddle pad without breaking the bank, because when you buy your BetterFit Custom Contouring Saddle Pad, you'll be supplied with everything you need to get started on a happier, healthier relationship with your horse.